So I'm 33, and I don't know if I was to say this, but I'm saying it already. I witnessed my grandmother.
Sorry. I was trying not to laugh.
Don't laugh, it's not funny, man. It's for real. It's trauma, proper trauma.
Sorry.
But I witnessed my grandmother.
Sorry.
You guys know what's going.
Sorry.
I witnessed my grandmother get it in, essentially. I witnessed her get it in. It was in the dark. It was with one.
How old were you?
I must have been like 5 or 6. I remember, so we was having a sleepover at grandma's and there was a lot of us. So I had to sleep in grandma's room on the floor. So she made me a little kind of bed thing on the corner. Excuse me.
Bless you. By the way, I'm just letting you know that this is 100% going to be a promo clip. So carry on.
Okay. So yeah, she made me a little piece of, my grandma made me a little, bed thing on the floor kind of thing. And there was this uncle that kept coming to visit her, who happened to be her friend. She's,
Benefits.
clearly, and one day, when we were having a sleepover, he was sleeping over too. And in my mind, I was thinking, where's he going to sleep? Because sleep in grandma's bed. Okay. But I didn't think anything of it. So I was sleeping. And I remember, and I'm telling you because trauma's real, isn't it? And I remember it. I remember hearing ba-dum, ba-bum, ba-dum, ba-bum, ba-dum, like this rhythm. Ba-dum, ba-bum, ba-dum, ba-bum,
Why does it have an African rhythm?
because I think the way her bed was positioned, it was in the corner. So you just heard ba-dum, 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 ba-dum.
Okay.
I remember waking up, what's going on? I just remember seeing these two shadows just at it. Literally, these two shadows at it. And you heard, and you heard was a,
No, babe, that's too descriptive.
It's a cocktail hour. And then my grandma got a piece of tissue and you just heard it go, whipped it off. And then you thought they were done. And then I just thought, what is going on? So, next thing I'm just hearing, ba-dum, ba-dum.
Again.
Ba-dum. I swear, it happened like 2 or 3 times that night. Ba-dum, 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 ba-dum. And I was like, what's going on?
Grandma.
What's happening? And mind you, I remember not knowing what was happening. I just remember like grandma was doing something with uncle. Anyways, breakfast next day. So my uncle, not her
lover.
Not her lover. My uncle was making breakfast. I was at the table. My grandma was at the table. We're eating breakfast. And I'm like, oh, grandma. So we're talking. I'm like, oh, grandma. You and uncle was doing jumping on the bed yesterday. And I remember my uncle put the frying pan and was like, what? He said in Yoruba, Eshekini. And grandma's like, oh, eat your food. Oh, mommy, Eshekini. Kini. I want my Unsee, Eshekini. And you were basically, you did what? You were doing what while he was sleeping? And I just remember, grandma was doing something. I carried it in my food. And that was it. But at 33 years, I remember my grandma getting it in the dark.
That's why we are very mindful. We're very mindful.
Yes, we were very mindful. So if Ivor said he heard banging and it terrified him, I want him to just experience it as just banging, not because, and recently we've been telling him to knock before he enters our room because nowadays he's just barging in. The other day I was butt naked sleeping on the bed and he just barged in like, hey dad, and just slapped me in my thigh. I'm like, I can see my bare ass hanging out, like for real, bro. Can't you knock? I'm like, Ivan, you're gonna have to start knocking before you enter the room now because that's how I'll just be, doing ba-dum ba-dum with mum and he's just walking in.
Yep.
Do you know what I mean? Bruv,